Ascals.
Yeah.
I thought your name was Jubrix.
No, just now. Because
Okay,
that one
you
is not
changed
working.
All right, I'm going to start with this, Jonas. I'm going to finish with this, but I'm going to start with this with you. The Bible
Yeah,
says
sure.
there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, says there in bond nor free, Christ is all in all. So there is neither Greek nor Jew.
Yep.
So in Christianity, you're not Filipino and I'm not New Zealand. We're both Christian. There is no
Yeah.
difference between us.
Okay.
And
Yep.
this was for the purpose that Jesus said, neither pray I these for these alone, but for them which should believe on me through their word, that they may all be one. So it's Jesus' desire that we should be in complete unity with each other, no matter which country we come from or what color of our skin.
Yep. All right.
So
I agree with that.
Jonas, you can agree with that, but
Because that's in it's you can't excuse on that.
no, you cannot. You can't contradict the Bible. But
Yeah.
Jonas, do you? I'm just getting to it. Do you agree with this? That
What's that?
racism does not exist.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
That's good.
Racism is
So
exists, you know. It's still
okay, so
existing, man.
Okay, I'm gonna make the point. No, tell me how you think racism exists.
You know, because when they had like a black and white people, you know, and the white people thinking that the black they are came from the lower class, you know, so they might left out. You're not belong here, you know. So that's what I'm thinking. I had an
Okay.
experience in Australia when I came here in New Zealand. Me and my auntie, because we are only brown and black maybe. People in that flight, and when we went in Australian, like when they checked our bag and stuff, you know, and one of the police picked me like, hey, come here, I want to check you, you know, like, really? And they just they bring me in like a room that you could they could touch you, you know, if you had no guns or no arm on you, you know, a firearm or a bomb, you know. I just thinking that because I wearing black suits, like jacket and my pants and my luggage is black, they might thinking that I'm a terrorist. I think
that was a random selection because you look probably as least like a terrorist as possible.
No, among on that, because they are all white, like, but you know, me and only my auntie.
But that's your perception,
brown
though, because
on
you're thinking, oh, because they're white and I'm brown, then they think they're doing this against me because of my race. That's just your perception, maybe. Maybe it's not what's in their mind. How do you know what's in their mind?
Oh, because I know that Australian is racist, you know.
So you knew that they were racist because you knew that they were racist.
No, because it's a lot of people experience that, you know. Oh, in Australia they are all racist, man. Like,
Okay.
you know. So yeah, and it comes in my mind that that's why they do that to me.
Okay,
Because
so I'm gonna agree with you.
Not only that, you know, not only that, because my dad also they hold in the airport in Australia, because my dad is, you know, like his color is brown, and he's also, they might look terrorist to them. You know.
Okay, I'm gonna concede with you that there are individuals who will make judgments on others based on their race. Oh, sorry, not on their race, on their looks. Sorry, based on their looks, not necessarily race, because you could be a white Filipino. So I'm
No,
gonna say,
I'm not a white Filipino.
but you could be, and so maybe they wouldn't judge you if you're white. Maybe if you had,
Yeah. If
yeah.
I'm white, like,
So yeah, what I'm saying,
because
there are people.
they might thinking that white is they are they doing they had no dodgy stuff, like they might
Mm,
thinking they are good people, like
mm. So
if you are
so there
brown, like
are people.
yeah,
That,
I will tell you also this. I watch a border patrol. They always hold like brown people, like,
you mean like Chinese?
no, not even Chinese, like Indonesian, Malaysian,
Mm.
they are all
So
brown people.
do you
So
know on border patrol they only really show the people that are guilty?
no, not here in New Zealand, but all over the world,
Yeah, but you know when they show border patrol, they show the ones where they catch them. They bringing in a lot of fish, dried fish, or bringing in all the things that they're not allowed to. So those are the ones they show on TV. So you're the one saying that most of the people crossing the border, bringing in the illegal stuff, are brown.
No, but they judge, they judge
Okay.
people, like
Now I want to
they
agree
might
with you that
thinking that, oh,
I want to agree with
these
you that
people
there
will
are
doing
individual
dodgy stuff, so
there are
they
individual
like,
people. Hey,
yeah.
there are individual people that make judgments against other people based on the way they look. Like some white people might judge the brown people, some brown people might judge the white people, some black people might judge white people or brown people, whatever. So there are
Yeah,
individuals, but I'm gonna
I will
point
tell
out.
you also this, Doug.
Okay, tell me then.
um I believe that the racists exist already in um before Christ, you know
You mean racism?
in yeah,
Mm.
in Old Testament, like in the time of in the time of Jacob and Ismael, because Jacob came from Israelites, right? In the his generation will the Israelite
Jacob came
came
from
to
Isaac.
his Jacob.
Jacob
Oh, no,
came
no,
from Isaac.
Isaac. Sorry, Isaac. Yeah, and Ismael, his, the Muslim came from his generation. So they the Muslim and Israelites, they didn't get on to each other.
Yeah, but do you think that was because of race?
Yeah, it is because it's Muslim and Israelites. They are different race. You know.
Well, probably they look the same though because they had the same
No, yeah,
parents,
they
right?
had the same they had the same father but different mother.
Yeah, so probably they look
Um,
similar. So they're both brown.
I don't think so because they had a white Muslim.
They have a white Muslim,
Yeah,
a
I
white
will
Arab,
prove to you that.
a white Arab.
Yeah.
I think you're stretching, mate. You're reaching. No, anyway, what I wanted to say was that people they don't judge people. How do I say it? Based on the way they look. Really,
Okay.
they they're not saying because you're brown you're less than me. What they're thinking in their mind is that I'm better than you and I just need to find something about you that can divide me from you. So if you come from Eastern Auckland, we're the same, just pretend we're same
Well,
race. I come from Eastern Auckland, you come from Western
I don't
Auckland.
agree with that because
Hold
I
long,
had
wait long,
experience
wait long,
also in at work
wait, wait long.
when I
Let me
work in a
finish.
restaurant
Wait,
and they had
wait. Talk. Wait. So I can say you come from West Auckland. I come from East Auckland. We're the same. Say that we're the same race. But I can say I can think in my heart, I'm better than you. Now I'm gonna make a place. I'm gonna make a division between us. I'm gonna say you come from West Auckland, therefore you're not as good as me. But
Yeah.
the actual division, it doesn't exist because the difference between us is nothing. The only thing that makes that difference is in my head. So it's just a personal, you might call it pride or personal excuse to think that I'm better than you. Is the reason why I make a division between us. Now I think it's the same with race. Really, people don't say, "Oh, I don't like the color brown. That's an ugly color." No, they're not thinking that. They're thinking, "I'm better than you." So my excuse to think that I'm better than you is that you're a different color than me. So it's not really racism. The core problem isn't racism. The core problem is pride. Pride
Okay.
and sin.
How about this? You know, when they say he came from America or India or China, what comes in your mind when people say, "Oh, that guy from India"? What comes in your mind?
Mm. I'm racist. I'm racist against Americans. I'll tell you that straight up. Sorry to Americans, but I'm racist against Americans. Not because not because they're a different color or that they have so different culture. We have the same language, everything. But I'm
Yeah.
racist against Americans because maybe it's my own pride, or maybe it's
Okay.
because we have different cultures, and it's like when you eat spaghetti your whole life from when you're young, you eat spaghetti, and then someone gives you asparagus. You're thinking, I don't like to eat asparagus. But if you eat asparagus your whole life and someone gives you
What?
spaghetti, it's okay, I don't like to eat spaghetti. So sometimes the differences that we grow up with just make other cultures um a little bit hard to taste sometimes. So that's all it is for me. For it's not like I don't like the people or that I think that New Zealanders are better than Americans. It's just sometimes they can be a bit loud, a bit noisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And you asked about Indians. Now that's different. That's different
Like, I will
because
tell you. Yeah.
okay, tell me.
I will tell you this. Some people when it comes when you say, "Oh, that's from India," because they had a business like in the Philippines. They had you could loan them like um
Mm,
5 6, like they are from India. They doing business here like loan and stuff.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So that's what people might say. They didn't say to look. I mean, they didn't look to their color and stuff, but about what they're doing.
Mm,
And when it comes in American, like that came from America, he has a dollar, like he spend a dollar here, or you know,
mm.
they look
I
to.
think I think your experience has a lot to determine what you think about other people groups. Like if you got scammed from Indian scammer before, because there's so many, because they have such a big population, so you're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
if you get scammed by Indian scammer, next time you hear the Indian maybe call you on the telephone, you're gonna be I think this is a scam again. Not because not because you're racist, but because the last time you heard that accent, you got scammed $10,000. So you don't trust them anymore. But that's natural, right? If someone does something to you, it's hard to trust them again.
Mm. No, no. What I meant is you could remember them to what they done to you, or
Yeah,
to what they doing.
yeah.
Like
The problem is
American also scam me. So
yeah, maybe you had problems with Americans, so now you're a little negative in your perception of Americans now. But does that make you a racist?
Um, how about this? Like because in African and South Africa and like a white and black there, white people
Yeah,
and black people there.
yeah.
They just ignore them like they come from the rubbish place town, or we don't entertain them. You know,
Who are you talking about?
it's like in the time of the Israelites and Samaritan and
Mm,
Gentiles,
mm.
they don't want to talk to them because they are dirty. Like they are rubbish in their
Who was
sight.
rubbish? Who was rubbish?
Those like because the Israelites, they thinking that they are only the um the children of God, right? And then those in their neighbor, they are all rubbish. Like,
Yeah, so you're talking about South Africa. So who's the rubbish in South Africa?
oh, um the black people there.
So the white people think the black people are rubbish.
Yeah, they're thinking to the black that they are, like,
Are you sure?
yeah,
How many South Africans do you know
yeah.
personally?
Some people told me in at work.
Oh, some people told you at work.
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you
That's
know what's going
happening.
on? Do you know what's going on in South Africa now?
I don't know.
Oh no, you don't
They
know.
just told me.
Yeah, they had a bad history. South Africa. That it was before they had apartheid, where whites were given privileges over blacks. But now it's
Yeah.
the reverse. Now it's the reverse. So the blacks have privileges over the whites now. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, you should hear some stories about what they're doing over there. But you can call it racism. But if someone of a different, say, culture, ethnicity, whatever, they come into your property, they murder your wife, they boil your child, they pour boiling water over your child and kill them, they rape your
Really.
daughters, and then what will you think? What will you think of that type of people when they're doing this all over the to your neighbors, to your relatives? They're doing it everywhere. What will you think of that type of people?
Oh, they're so like horrible people.
Yeah, horrible people. But when you're in that situation, right? When you're
Yeah.
experiencing it, but we from the outside, we can look on it and say, no, that's not every person is doing that. It's only a few bad apples that are doing those things. It's not every black person is bad. It's just some uh, are doing the wrong things, and it's the same when we have atrocities committed, white people or by brown people. It's not the whole nation that is evil. It's just those individuals that have this crazy mindset.
Hmm. So what do you think? Because in Bible, God will broken the barrier between
Mm.
this people and that, I mean, that
Let's
race
talk.
and
Let's
this
talk
race.
then.
So
Let's talk then on.
in that time, the races is existing already. You know.
Yeah. So this we're talking about how Christians should relate to race
Yeah.
and cultures. Yeah.
Yeah.
What Jesus said, there is no Greek nor Jew, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's no Greek nor Jew nor Gentiles. They're
No, you're
all,
all one in Christ
yeah,
Jesus.
one. But
So when
for
Mhm.
us as a human being, we had a different perspective.
so he should say, no, because when Peter was eating with the Jews, Paul stood up to him and says, "Why you want the Gentiles to be like the Jews? Why do you eat with the Jews, not the Gentiles?"
Yeah, yeah,
Why do you create a division between Jew and Gentile? Why, when we are
yeah,
all one in Christian in Christ?
yeah, yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
we do
still
the same
existing
thing.
already.
Yeah, but we do
The
the same
racist
thing
that
today.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just racism. It's the division that we create in our own minds.
Mm,
It's Peter saying,
yeah.
"Oh, those are Gentiles, and I don't want to get in trouble with the Jews, so I'm going to eat with the Jews." Whereas Jesus was saying, there is no Jew or Gentile. You're all the same. You're all children of God in my eyes. You're all one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only us that creates these divisions. The divisions don't
Yeah.
exist in reality. That race, nationality, and what was the other one? No, not ethnicity. Yeah, just nationality and race are meaningless. Really, like if we talk about the difference between me and you physically,
Yeah.
yeah, I got blonde hair, you got black hair. I got
Yeah.
pale skin, fair skin, you got dark skin.
You're ready to quit, man. You're racist already.
Yeah, but
You're proved.
really, that's the differences are so minor. Oh, I have to take this off. The differences are so minor though.
Yeah.
They're so small because when we have a bond in Christ, then all those other differences are meaningless because they don't come up and say, you have black hair, you're so weird. No.
That's why the black and the brown people get bullied, because they just rubbish, like they are ignorant people. They easy to pull,
But not really in
they're
Christianity though. It
Polish
should not be
men.
that way. Not really in Christianity though.
No, not in Christianity, but in outside world,
There's
in
racism everywhere. Oh no, I'll just completely undermine my whole argument. But yeah, there's individual racism everywhere.
You agree with me now?
But what I wouldn't say like you're saying is that on the whole, brown and black people are victims, and on the whole, white people are oppressors and racist.
Yeah,
No,
they didn't give a privilege to the black people, to the brown
no, I
people.
say it's
They give
ubiquitous.
always to the white.
Yeah, but that's because you
Okay.
live in a white country. If I go to the Philippines, do I say that the Filipinos are racist against me because I don't have the privileges of the Filipino? No, I'm in their country.
Yeah. No, and in other places like what's that? Forget that places. Yeah, they in the Philippines,
Mm,
the Maori is lucky here because they had the privilege. But in the Philippines, the Ita and Mangyan, they had no privilege.
mm. Are you talking
Because
about like
why?
native tribes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they are black, they are brown, or maybe, yeah, they are really black, man. Like the Negritos, we call it
Uh,
Negrito. Yeah, they are black people.
so that's brown
They
people
eat.
being racist. So that's brown people being racist against black people.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Mm.
they become racist also, the brown to black, because
Yeah, and
they
it's
didn't
the
give a
same.
privilege to them.
Yeah,
No,
so that's what
unlike
I was
here
saying.
in New Zealand, the native like Maori, um, they had a privilege from the government, but those native in our country, they had no privilege at all.
Well,
They
there
live
might be
in
disagreements on that one. That will be another debate for someone else.
what I mean
But
is like because that's brown, black,
yeah, so you also admit there's racism in all cultures. So there's black against brown, brown against black, white against brown, brown against white. There's racism
Yeah,
everywhere, right? Yeah,
yeah. I believe that. I believe that's why
but in
that's why I will prove to you that they is still racist existing.
Okay. So my argument should have been: is race real, not is racism real? That would have been easier because I cannot argue with you. Of course, people
Yeah,
will judge other people based on the differences in their
yeah. That's
physicality or
Muslim
whatever.
and Christian. Muslim and Christian. That's different, right?
That's not race though.
The
That's
Muslim
religion.
and Christian they hate, but that's religious one. When it comes
Yeah,
in
religious
religious
one.
matter,
Mm,
they hate each other. They killing each
mm,
other. In Mindanao, they
mm.
just they cut their head if like the Muslim do that. That's
Yeah,
why it comes in our mind that the Muslim is terrorist. You know?
the Muslim is terrorist. Yeah, but
Yeah. If they
if
said
you,
if you ask me, did that man is Muslim? That comes in my mind that that's terrorist.
yeah, well, is
That
that
comes from
racism
the
though, or is
yeah.
that just your experience?
It's
Because
not
if
about the
you,
experience because you could see,
yeah,
you know.
because if you watch the news and every terrorist attack is say a Pakistani Muslim, and then next time
Yeah,
you meet a Pakistani Muslim, you say, "Oh man, all your people are terrorists."
yeah,
That's not. Is that racism?
it is.
Ah, yeah, you're right. You're right. It is to. It
It is
is to.
racism. That's racist because like even if they are religious thing, like that's racist, man.
It is racist
You know?
because you can't. You can't judge a whole group of people
No,
based on.
no, but they had a terrorist, which is they had a white too, like really pure white, like American
Mm.
terrorists.
So if you get
There's
treated
no
badly, so if you get treated badly at the airport by the white Australians,
yeah.
and maybe all your family or friends get treated the same way,
They
and
hold me twice there, man. They hold me twice.
you watch on border patrol and
They
say, "Oh, it's all the brown people getting," but is
they
it
knew.
then? But
Nah,
then
it's
on
not
that,
about that because
wait, Lung, can you say then that all Australia is racist?
um yeah, I could say it is.
So is that racist? Is that racist saying that the whole group of people are racist based on your experience with a few? Is it you being
Um,
racist now?
no, I'm not racist. I just experienced racism. So.
It sounds like you're the racist one because you said if you say that all Muslims are terrorists, that means you're racist.
Hang on.
But
What's our argument here?
because you said that all Australians are racist based on your
but
experience.
our argument is the racist exist. So that's what
No, our argument
not not
is
me
Jonas
that I
racist?
am racist or you is racist. That's not
Is
argument. That's
Jonas
different
racist?
topic, man.
This is a better topic. I like this one.
Yeah. That's different topic. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Anyway, we've been going for 1 hour now. So, Jonas, would you
yeah.
like to conclude with your final remarks?
So yeah. I believe that the races existing nowadays since then, you know, in in a Bible we could prove that before Christ, um, in yeah, in the olden days we could prove that the races were existing, and until now it's really strong now,
Mm,
So yeah, that's what I could say, and I
okay.
had experience as well. So
Okay.
yeah,
So, I would say now to close my argument that race itself isn't real, but racism is real. So even though
yeah,
people make judgments on people based on the color of their skin or the color of their eyes, that that judgment is based on their own based on their own in their own head only, because race itself, we're all one. There's no difference really between me and you. The only differences come in our own minds. So race isn't real, but racism is real, and it exists in all cultures and against all cultures.
Yeah.
It just depends on.
That's why they had a fight between, country.
Yeah.
Because the races will exist is still existing.
Yeah. And
So
today
they had a
there's
war.
less racism than ever. Today the racism is the lowest it's ever been.
Yeah.
And getting pulled aside in the airport to have your bags checked and to be patted down to see if you're not carrying a gun, that's the best form of racism you can experience. Because in the past, they will just, if you're in Africa, they'll take you, put a tire around your head and light it on fire and cut your arms off. So the racism that you experience is beautiful compared to the racism of the past.
It's beautiful racism.
Yeah. Racism today, it's like people complaining, saying, "Oh no, I've only got 5 meals left in the fridge. I'm so poor."
Maybe they might thinking that, when you came from Asian, they doing dodgy stuff, and
Of course.
like,
Have you said you watch Border
no,
Patrol?
they don't.
It's always the
They're
Asians.
doing dodgy stuff. They just,
It's always the Asians trying to bring in the fish and the meat and everything.
no, because they are they are stubborn, man. they
No,
want
you
a
just
challenge. No,
You
because
take
Asian
the
want a
challenge.
challenge. We want a challenge. We want to challenge, people.
That's why it's better. That's why it's better in the Philippines when they don't search your bags. You can just walk through.
Yeah. See, did you experience racism in the Philippines?
Yeah. No.
See?
Yeah, I did. Because he looked at me and he says, this is a good man.
Just so white.
Yeah, and you know the racism, the beautiful racism that I did experience.
But if you came from but if you came from Middle East, you might thinking, just hold these people, put in.
But do you know the good racism that I experienced in Philippines?
Well,
they think that I'm rich, and so they rip me off. They charge me so much. They said, yes, he has a lot of money. We will charge him $1,000 to.
Yeah, they
1,000 pesos.
That, the dollar is walking on the street.
So that's the racism. That's the racism I experienced there.
And they will charge you when you go to barber shop, any shop you go. Yeah.
Yeah, the taxi said, only $1,000 to go from Naiya to the Victory Liner terminal. 1,000 pesos rather. And then I found out it should only be maybe 500 or less.
But that's fine to you. That's only how much? $10 or 12?
$30 is 1,000.
30, yeah.
Yeah, that's more expensive than an Uber.
Oh, yeah. That's why you must learn how to speak Tagalog. Tagalog ako, then all good.
Okay, so we're finished our discussion now, and I'll give Jonas the victory. Jonas won the debate, but only because he's the most racist.
Racist, man.